those air fryers, Hyper Turbo Juice Ball fans, because the most snacktacular weekend of the year has arrived. WrestleMania time is now, and I can't think of a better way to nurse off a Cadbury cream hangover than to nest yourself amongst the couch cushions and chip crumbs with the showcase of Immortals. Live from Sin City! In a heroic effort to unify both the AEW and the WWE fan bases, Jon Moxley has been delivering the worst world title reign that Ted Turner's channel has seen since September 25th, 2000. Moxley and the Death Riders have been sending fans of half-decent wrestling to the opposition's channel, where the WWE has been the king of kings of half-decent wrestling week after week. The Hyper Turbo Juice Ball statistics machine estimates upwards of 475,000 AEW fans tuning into WrestleMania to watch Moxley's former Shield brothers in triple threat action as Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and AEW Public Enemy #1, CM Punk, fight it out for Paul Heyman's love. So without further delay, because there will be enough of those at a 9-hour WrestleMania, let's dive into the matches. And there's a new lucha in town, and after tearing it up at the Tijuana Bingo Halls, El Grande Americano is now stateside and working for the WWE. Grizzled veteran lucha star Rey Mysterio is not keen on El Grande being in the WWE, with Mysterio and the WWE fans often insinuating that Mr. Americano is none other than Chad Gable. Will Rey Mysterio bully El Grande out of the company, or will El Grande Americano usher in a new generation of lucha wrestling? El Grande may not be as popular as the other luchadors, but he has one fan here in the Hyper Turbo Juice Ball office. Damian Priest has gotten himself another WrestleMania paycheck, as he will duke it out with Drew McIntyre in a Little Caesars Palace, Pizza and Casino, Sin City street fight. Inside sources tell me that McIntyre has chosen Ryu, whereas Priest has elected to play as Guile in this showdown of the Street Fighters. Alpha! The spotlight continues to shine on Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania, but she didn't win her way to this title match. That was Bianca Belair who won the Women's Elimination Chamber match to challenge Io Sky for the women's belt. Oh no, it was the mouth-breathing, only fan-subscribing, submissive weirdo wrestling fans who would not rest until their tattooed dominatrix was slotted into this match. With the command over her cult audience Rhea has, she doesn't need this title belt, but she's probably going to win this match so the weirdo fans can go home to their shrines happy. I'm sorry for that, Io. It's the greatest X Division wrestler of all time versus the greatest wrestler of all prime. AJ Styles and Logan Paul are scheduled to face each other in a match which may burn down every barn in a 5-mile radius. The internet loves to remind us that both of these men are renowned for their work in Japan, but this isn't the Tokyo Dome, brother. The only 7 stars to be seen in this match here will be circling around AJ Styles' head while Logan Paul's hand gets raised in victory. In tag team action, the New Day look to win the gold for the umpteenth time in the team's long storied career. The War Raiders might be the same geometrical shape as recent Hall of Fame inductees, the Natural Disasters, but don't be fooled as these men can move around the ring like Shawn and Marty. Can the New Day win the tag team belts at the Showcase of the Immortals one more time as the calendar turns on Kofi Kingston's career? Or will the War Raiders succeed and continue to show the WWE fans what they can do in their quest to erase people's memories of their run back when Vince McMahon was the boss? Speaking of Vince McMahon, shit will hit the fan and it will be absolute pandemonium in the Fatal 4-Way Intercontinental match. Braun Breaker, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, and Penta El Zero Mortos have the chance to hold the same proverbial gold as Rowdy Roddy Piper, the Macho Man Randy Savage, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig, Owen Hart, and Ezekiel Jackson. Finn Balor has been a shoo-in for a lengthy Intercontinental title reign ever since his Belfast baby toe stepped into a WWE ring. If Dominic Mysterio were to somehow win the belt that both his biological and non-biological fathers held in their heyday, enough heat would be generated to melt both the Polar ice caps and the Tim Hortons ice caps. A little while ago, Mr. Pentagon left AEW to go to the WWE, where the big boys play, and while Kevin Nash looks for that adjective, Penta will be hoping to cement himself as the first, quote, AEW homegrown talent, end quote, to win the gold on the other company. Unfortunately for these three men, in order to claim the prize, they will have to go through a Steiner, with Braun Breaker heavily favored to win. Many wrestling fans watched Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair tear into each other's SmackDown promos, acting real catty towards each other in the ring, and from what I've been told, acting like female dogs backstage. Woo! Can Charlotte Flair roll up another flash-in-the-pan world title win? Or perhaps it is in fact Tiffy time, with Stratton at the head of the newest crop of NXT standouts. Unless an old Flair family rival like a Steamboat, a Rhodes, a Funk, or an Egyptian bartender from Paisanos makes a run-in in this match, I think it's going to be the clock ticking on Tiffy time as Charlotte Flair gobbles up another WrestleMania moment, like a recently redesigned Donkey Kong gobbles up a banana blitz. And speaking of Donkey Kong, he's the leader of the bunch. We know him well. He's finally back to kick some tail. The original tribal chief has returned, and he's got a match at WrestleMania. The wise man of WWE, Paul Heyman, has been finding himself in the middle of a CM Punk Seth Rollins clash, and if Heyman has cashed as many favors for wrestlers in 1998 as he did in the 2 weeks leading up to WrestleMania 41, ECW would have gone belly up before the turn of the century. I don't know how old Cookie Puss convinced the final boss to let him main event on Saturday with the Shield Boys, but it will be clobbering time when Roman Reigns beats a sense of fashion through Seth Rollins' thick skull. This triple threat match getting the main event slot on Saturday just goes to show you how much faith fans with a developed brain have in Jey Uso's world title reign plan. Triple H is pretty stubborn, so I wouldn't be shocked if Jey wins the belt to reinforce his grasp on the booking, but, well, I don't think Jey Uso can hang on the mic, and he's been winning his matches the same way with the same 6 moves since 2012. Hey, maybe that's why he beat John Cena at the Royal Rumble at the end. You know, if Cena only knows 5 moves and Uso knows 6. And speaking of John Cena's going to need all 5 of those moves if he hopes to end his farewell tour with his hand raised over Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes is approaching the 365-day mark of his WWE Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship reign. Now, while Cody has not been the flashiest world champion, he has been defending his belt around the world, while John Cena has been around the world cosplaying as superheroes and racking up social credit points. With the current tour for Cena being called the Farewell Tour, and the WWE being on year 3 of a 5-year Rock and Cody Rhodes business plan, I do believe Cody Rhodes will win his match at WrestleMania, and The Rock will be spending May to July scouting for a new corporate challenger to Cody's title. All these matches will be spotlighted throughout WrestleMania weekend, but only one match has the lock of the week for the granddaddy of them all. Before I jump into the lock of the week, I just want to take this brief moment to say welcome back to the playoff hockey, Ottawa Senators. And I also just want to say briefly to every Toronto Maple Leafs fan and their mother, up yours! Up until Trent Alexander-Arnold left Liverpool for Real Madrid and Joe Milton put on the Dallas Cowboys star, the biggest sports-related acquisition was Jacob Fatu signing with the WWE to beef up the Tongan and Samoan roster. Jacob Fatu has become an impact player, the likes of which has not been seen since Lance Storm and Justin Credible. This year, Jacob Fatu has a match for some singles gold, but unfortunately, Fatu's opponent is no less impactful than the Samoan Werewolf. Fatu's opponent is a man who leaves smoking Reebok footprints with bald eagles screaming while he snaps into Slim Jims, and everybody's talking about the U.S. champ, L.A. Knight. Yeah. Ever since he made his main roster debut, I haven't said L.A. a different way since. Which is unfortunate, because Mr. Knight is gonna be like the state that he's named after by the end of the match. No gas, morally bankrupt, burned out, and reeking of piss. And new United States champion will be the Samoan Werewolf, and Jacob Fatu is the Hyper Turbo Skewsball Lock of WrestleMania 41.